The woke are on the run and hiding again. Sweet Baby Inc. is the next casualty in the 2024 woke apocalypse, as just their involvement in games, if it's known, if it's public, it's just harming these companies that they work with, because they've harmed all the games that they've worked with, is what it comes down to. So they've updated their website, and it's a really funny thing to watch, as they're clearly trying to tuck tail and run and hide back into the shadows. And that's been the case with them this entire time. These people know what they're doing is evil. They know what they're doing is bad for video games, bad for consumers. It's bad for everybody they're trying to propagandize against. And they want to remain in the shadows. The minute they get called out, they always complain about it. And when they do incendiary things, it's kind of weird that they do so. But this is who they are, and this is why we'll win, because we're unabashedly telling the truth. You know, sometimes we can get in trouble for unabashedly telling the truth with the censors out there, but they're not, and that's just what it comes down to. All right, hit the like and subscribe button, please. Join us here as we're talking about all things going on in the culture and having a lot of fun doing so. I was banned for my YouTube channel here from Kickstarter. I've been making comics for years, delivering for years. Everything's been great. I'm like the model Kickstarter creator. And this last week, they just came at me and, decided censorship because they don't want our stuff catching on. Well, they're failing. As you can see, we just launched a new campaign this week, and we're almost to 200 backers already. I want to get there this weekend. Go check this out in the description below. This is a Space Marine book. It's, a group of guys fighting against evil bugs that are trying to destroy humanity. Simple stuff that's a lot of fun. And we did a beautiful art style that like harkens back to like the 1970s Jack Kirby comics. I'm a big comics lore fan. And you'll love this if you've ever been into comics, if you've ever been into just fun science fiction. It's an awesome book to get. So check this out. Like I said, it's in the description below. Please support us. Thank you again, guys, for making our dreams come true, to be comic creators and be able to do this for a living. It's all because of people like you, and we don't hide. We don't hide what we're doing with the book. We don't hide anything out there. We're just telling the truth, and it scares people. All right, so Sweet Baby Inc. now has redesigned their website, and now they're removing the client and game list to hide its woke agenda to potential clients. Now, this comes in the wake of about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when Square Enix was removed from their website, and I think Square went out there and was like, hey, this is doing damage to our brand. You have to not have this public, because, they're still doing some woke stuff over there, of course. It hasn't changed. But what they're doing, and this is happening in Hollywood and everything too, they're being less like direct in your face about the woke agenda and less like just hard punching to your gut like they've done in the past. And they're doing things really subtly. Over on my comic book channel, I covered the fact that like this new Batman that they just put out in comics for DC Comics changed Barbara Gordon Batgirl to be a random black chick. And they did this intentionally. The story was ridiculous. It had nothing to do with Batgirl. She just was in one panel, and it's obvious, like, hey, she's black and she's Barbara Gordon, and then it moved on to the rest of the story. So that's what virtue signaling is. It takes you out of things. It destroys your immersion. It's obnoxious, and they do it, just to like for this like little smug satisfaction of doing it. It's really sad. I got pushback for it because it's like, hey. It's only in one panel. I'm like, okay, well, they're trying to hide in the shadows with it. Is the long story short, and this is exactly what Sweet Baby Inc.'s doing now by removing their client list entirely. If you get into their website and take a look at this, previously it made it abundantly clear the company was trying to inject woke ideology into video games. The About Us section declared, "Our mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching the video game industry. We make games more engaging, more fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive for everyone," except for gamers, of course, right? In the outreach section, it said, "New and marginalized talent can change the industry if given the proper support. We want to provide this through our outreach programs. Oh, yeah. And this is this new and marginalized talent's doing a great job marginalizing Ubisoft, as we've seen. Ubisoft has this whole program where they just hire women and minorities and bring them in and golf clap for them. And you see the results as Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws. This type of thing is destructive to the games because they're not bringing in the best talent for the job. They're focusing on just checking boxes for demographics in their hiring practices. And that's exactly what Sweet Baby Inc. wants, not only for hiring practices, but for like the character faces in video games, the themes in video games. They want all those boxes checked. And it's very obvious, and it destroys every video game it touches, as we know. It lists various projects the company worked on, like Alan Wake 2, Sable, Battle Shapers, Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, and Usual June. While these were featured games, you can navigate the site's projects and see more, like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, The Crew Motorfest, South of Midnight, Capes, and more. The company also had their client list, which is very, very famous at this point. Xbox Game Studios, EA, Valve, True Love, Santa Monica Studio, 2K, Ubisoft, of course. Hey, Ubisoft. Square Enix, Warner Brothers, Finji, Polytron, Rocksteady. The list goes on. And it's a veritable who's who of the video game industry trying to push the agenda out there. Now they're all gone on their websites now. Completely in hiding, completely trying to just deflect from things. And they're going to hope that like this PR change and this PR shift as they go dark on their social medias and they do this kind of thing is going to make it so gamers don't notice what games they're involved in. Because if they don't publicly state it, the other companies aren't going to publicly state it who are using them. And maybe they can just seep in these little themes and stuff inside the shadows. That's what they're going to try to do. Now, the problem is, of course, whenever they're going to have a product like this, somebody's going to play the game, maybe Endymion or Asmongold or whatever. They're going to see that, your Master Chief in Halo is now a black disabled lesbian in a wheelchair fighting against the aliens out there. And they're going to be like, this is weird and doesn't play like the original Master Chief. This kind of sucks. So they're going to get called out on it anyway. It's just Sweet Baby Inc. is not going to get directly implicated in things. And so they're scared. They know this is obviously like an admission. What they're doing is wrong. They know it's bad for video game companies. They know that it just harms the sales of video game companies. So they're hiding what they're doing. They're hiding their agenda in order to try to trick people. This is what witches do, my friends. Has anybody tested them to see if they're witches? It lists various services now. It provides, including script writing, consultation, authenticity, and sensitivity. We work within the scope to cover all your script writing needs, from cinematics to dialogue. Naming 500 pieces of armor, we know every word counts. For consultation, the company wrote, no matter what stage of production, we can strengthen story pitches, world building, and character development needs, and narrative design demands. So you could see they are obviously trying to remove words of diversity, inclusivity, that kind of thing in here. And they're changing it to authenticity and sensitivity, right? This has been something that's been happening in the publishing world for a long time. The big mainstream publishers out there go and they put their books to a group of sensitivity readers. Somebody made a list of these people like a long time ago, and they put a big Excel sheet, and it was like random people that you'd be like, oh, do you need disabled representation? Consult this sensitivity reader. Do you need LGBTQ represent? Consult this sensitivity reader. And they were like specialists in in what kind of victim class they were. And what they do is they tell authors, oh my gosh, you put in a black person and they're not represented properly. You have to change this. And companies pay them to do this. That's what sensitivity readers do for books. It's across every industry, guys. It's not just video games. And clearly, this is what they're trying to do now. And I think if they think if they change it to authenticity and sensitivity, it sounds better than diversity and inclusivity, which are words that have obviously permeated into pop culture to a level that people know exactly what they're talking about now. But it always sounds nice. Authenticity. Don't you want it to be authentic? Oh my gosh. We approach sensitivity by working on your existing narrative and documentation to bring it out its natural authenticity and emotional resonance. We don't look for red flags, we highlight the green ones. So totally lying and totally just hiding what they're doing completely. Trying to massage the words. This is a PR stunt where they're attempting to hide in the shadows. And it's because they're doing damage to all the games they work on. And everything they do is damaging for what they work on. It's really, really, really funny when you look at this stuff going on in the culture right here. So, yeah, Sweet Baby Inc. on the run, my friends. This is another casualty of 2024. They're not going away. They're just kind of hiding more in the shadows. So just keep your eyes open, call everything out that you see, and don't buy these video games that feature this kind of content. It's pretty simple. We'll be calling it out every time we see it, making sure that the woke get known for what they are. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for being there. Really appreciate you. Our channel hit 40,000 subscribers yesterday. And grab our Emerald Array, Space Marine science fiction graphic novel, 66 pages. A lot of fun, guys. It's in the description below. Thank you so much. We'll be back soon.